Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and today we're going to do some VFR around Hong Kong, and we're going to hit as many POIs as we can. That would be points of interest. Well, we're going to try. I see this runway is very short. This might not work. We're going to try though. We are at the airport. Listen to the description below because I already forgot. Anyway, we have a whole bunch of stuff to look at today. So the main reason we're doing this is just to fly around and check things out. But the bonus is we get to do a whole bunch of POIs. There's 14 of them, I think, in this area. There are 7 on that side and 7 or 8 on the other, something like that. So a few things back of house. First of all, look at those taxi cabs driving through the water. I have multiplayer turned on. I tried a couple days ago just off camera, and it was kind of fun to see all the people. There's one person showing up now. When I was doing this in Japan to test out multiplayer, there were hundreds of people. It was insane. The sky was just blocked out with names, which was kind of cool. Most people were screwing around. Most people were Airbuses and 747s doing barrel rolls and nose diving and all kinds of stuff. But it was kind of cool. I have all multiplayer turned on. I apologize for my allergies. Oh my goodness. I have all multiplayers turned on, which means not just the people with live settings, but anybody who's in the sim that isn't hidden with just their group is going to show up. So I think it's pretty cool. As far as performance goes, no performance issues whatsoever. And that's the biggest drawback for most people with flights or with multiplayer, is that if your CPU isn't very strong, then calculating all the data for all those planes and the names of the planes and the types of the planes is just slaughters your computer. Now I can turn plane models off and just make them generic and stuff, and that helps a little bit, but fortunately I don't need to worry about any of that. So I have real people turned on with real traffic turned on and actual real aircraft types turned on. So that's one thing I want to mention. Another thing, I accidentally got some achievements the other day when I was just flying around wasting time. I got the saddle sore achievement, which is where you fly for 8 hours in a prop. So what had happened, and I think it's kind of funny, is I was just going to fly around my home area, just check stuff out, right? As soon as I got in the air, my kids needed something. I'm like, okay. So I paused the sim, took care of family, and the next day, literally more than 24 hours later, I walked by my office. I'm like, why are the fans on my computer just going like crazy? And I moved the mouse to clear the screensaver, and sure enough, I still had the sim paused. So I unpaused the sim, landed like literally a mile from where I took off, and I got the saddle sore achievement for flying 8 hours. So pausing the sim works. However, before I got the saddle sore achievement, I got the Flights of Fancy achievement that I've been trying to get for a couple weeks now. That's the one where you fly each type of plane 300 miles. The jet we got when we crashed, the airliner we got when we rolled into a building, and I was never able to get the prop to trigger. But apparently triggering saddle sore also triggered the prop for Flights of Fancy, which is really bizarre. But they're all broken, and most people getting these achievements just get them whenever. So anyway, we're not doing any achievements today. We're just gonna fly around Hong Kong and check out the points of interest, and that's what we're doing. We are in the DA, the Diamond, not the Dice, the Diamond DV or something. I flew this off camera a little bit. I love this plane, but landing all of the Diamond planes bounce for me. I have 150 landings in the sim now, and they've all been great except for one tail trigger. And these DA, the Diamond aircraft, bounce. I don't know if it's me or what, but my vertical speed is almost nothing. My speed itself is great. Flaps, flare, everything is just fine, but they bounce. The other aircraft don't, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I also put all of my drone controls around my yoke now, so I can use my hat switches to do everything, and my rudder pedals go up and down, so I can just move around super easily. The only thing I don't have on my yoke are the speed up, slow down buttons, but that's okay. So anyway, there we go. Let's hop inside the aircraft and load this thing up and look at some stuff in Hong Kong. Alright, so here we are, and this is a new aircraft for us, so just quickly the presets to have a look around. There's my main view, there's my IFR view, and everything seems to be in English in this one. We got some startup checks and knobs for, what is that, cabin air? What is that down there? Can't see them even. It's kind of, there we go, choke on, and carb heat on. And all of our engine information, good to know, and our GPS radios. Between the seats for throttles, this has props as well. Passenger view, cheetah head, look behind us, out the window and out the window. There we go, simple enough. We will use a checklist for this so we can get going because I haven't written my own checklist yet. Parking brake set, even though it's pulled, I always have to redo it because it doesn't work unless you do that some of the time. Battery switch is going to be right there. Fuel shut off open is this little lever here that is open already. I went through that the other day trying to figure that out when I couldn't get it to start. Throttle, idle, there we go. Max RPMs, there we go. And I think you need choke in this one. Electric fuel pump on, which makes so much noise you cannot forget that it's on. Just listen to that. Choke fully pulled, which one was choke? That one. Ignition start. There we go. Is it running? It's running. Throttle max 1500. Whoa, very touchy. Very touchy. And oil pressure check, which was temp pressure in the green. And electrical equipment as required. That's when they talk about the light. So we got avionics. I don't know what ACL means. I can't remember what that means. I looked it up. I already forgot. Whatever turn anyway. And we'll do that. Alrighty. Parking brake release, and we're gonna take off. So let's get this to time 2. See if I can remember. Ooh, how do I reset that? Never mind. It's ready to reset. All right. So simple airplane. No autopilot that I can tell. At least not that I could find. Why are we being blown around by the wind? It must be really windy. Like I said, everywhere the real world weather turned on, but we might have to turn it off. It looks kind of cray-cray. Let's see. There's no ATIS or AWAS, huh? Okay, fine. Let me look up the weather here super fast on SkyVector and see what we're dealing with. Alright, so according to SkyVector, it's only 12 knots, which is kind of strong, but we're going to try to stay with real world weather here. And it's coming from 9 degrees, which is pretty much north, so we'll round up 9 to 1. Could be like 0.9 to 1. So 34 plus 2 is 36, plus 1, that's 3. So that's 3 degrees off, or 30 degrees off. Runway 16 is the opposite, right? It'd be 160 degrees off. So let's choose runway 34. Announce taxi. And head out there.
Tango Sierra 4105 is taxiing to runway 34.
But we need to know where's runway 34. So let's take that drone back out. Runway 34 is right there. And we're actually going to take off on the threshold because it's such a short runway, and I am not feeling confident about making it. So let's get full flaps down, and we'll do the landing lights right away here. And why is my thing all goofy? Was this over there? There we go. Alrighty, let's use our trusted taxi view. Turn off the parking brake and try to get there. So this Diamond aircraft actually taxis okay. It's the only Diamond aircraft that taxis easily. The rest of them barely want to move with the rudders. So this one is okay for some reason. Landing though, like I said, all the Diamond aircraft I bounce. Even though I don't bounce anything else except outriggers. And so I'm not sure what that is. I'm actually going to give myself more than the threshold to take off. So we're just going to come over here and go like this. Let's slow that down so we have a 0 degree turn. And yep, here, whoa, and here we go. We're going to aim for this guy here and take off and get as much speed as we can. There we go. There, we might make it after all. Oh my gosh, that wind is ridiculous. That wind is coming from the right like it should be, but it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, get off that rudder. Whoa. Wow. This wind is nuts. Okay, so there are the wheel stop with the brakes. And flaps coming in. And more flaps coming in. And WED table is in front of us. That's a real life person. So what do we want to do? We need to go behind us to get to the POIs on this side of the bay. I just want to get some altitude here. Let's see. Let's bring back props a little bit. Now, something I realized when I was going through this airplane before off camera is I could not find the panel lights for the life of me. So it's going to be dark in here until I figure it out. Alrighty, nice and slow. I don't want to go slow. We're just climbing. Knots on the outside, kilometers per hour on the inside. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We need to turn around and go behind us. Yep, there we go. That's all the POIs on this side. And then the POIs on the other side are way over there, which we may fly across and just cut it out, or we might take off from a different port. Okay, here we go. Let's hop outside, have a look around, and continue our climb, and just enjoy the scenery a little bit here. Oh boy, mountains. And my wife is encouraging me to get Track IR because I was showing her the sim, and I had to show her how I didn't have peripheral vision, and it drove her crazy too. I couldn't like look around that easily. However, that being said, she said that watching me do Flight Simulator is excruciating, and she doesn't know how anybody can enjoy watching me. And she can't understand how anybody would actually do this. So those of you who watch, thank you. I told her I watch people do Flight Sim, and they don't even talk about Flight Sim. She doesn't get that either, but that's okay. I'm actually surprised at how few people are around, because like I said, in Japan, there were hundreds clogging the sky, but I guess that's probably because of the Japan update and everything, and that's what everyone's talking about right now. And no one's really talking about Hong Kong, although it's just as gorgeous to look at. In fact, I'm enjoying this scenery way more than I enjoyed the Japan scenery, but that's okay. At least the skies aren't clogged up with people. It's just kind of fun to see other people, but we're not always got multiplayer, and you can turn those names off where you don't see their gamer tags, but then you wouldn't know they're there. But it's just fun to know people are around. Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to come in, and we're going to try to get credit for as many. Oh, there's someone else who popped in. Looks like they're going to be landing there, maybe. Whoop. It's kind of hard to fly like this. We're going to come in. We're going to slow way down, and we're going to circle around and try to get as much credit for these as we can with the smart cam. Of course, it applies to an achievement, but that's not why we're doing this. That being said, I should have checked to see where we're at with how many we need. It was like 36 or something. And I'm being texted by family already. I also want to clarify that when I say... Oh, someone else has popped in. AMU 131. When I say hundreds of people were with me in Japan, be aware that only 50 show up at once. But that being said, those names were constantly changing. Alright, so we need to be within 0.27 nautical miles to get credit like usual. Don't know how we're going to do that with all these buildings so close together, but we're going to try. Okay, we're just going to go like this. So there's one. Try that one. We're going to try another one for 3 seconds. Wow, look at that. We're going to try another one for 3 seconds. And we will take the drone out to look at these. And I think there's another one there. Yep, we'll take that one. 3 seconds. And then we need to swing around and check out the other ones, because I think there's 7 and that's only 4. So let's get a little bit of altitude here. Flaps aren't in, so maybe I should get flaps out. There we go. And then we can slow down. And then we're going to come back around. Again, track hour would be awesome right now, so I could like look up to the left. Why are we slowing down so much? I got like full throttle out. I guess we're climbing because I'm not paying any attention. Alright, let's swing around here. And get credit for a few more. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Ooh, MGM, that's what that is. Alright, there's another one, 0.27. We'll get credit for that. And I don't think we necessarily got credit for all those over there. I don't know how that works when they're so close together. Let's just keep hitting the smart cam button, because, you know, 0.27 nautical miles is not that close, really. Look at this. Actually, I don't think we need to take the drone out for these. We're getting pretty close as it is. Oh, there's Ultraman again. I'm just going to keep spinning around. I keep pushing the button. Just keep pushing the button while we look. Yep. So yeah, like I was trying to say here, when there's all these buildings so close together, I don't know how that works. With the smart cam button getting credit for the POI. This is really cool. I'm gonna look up this area in real life, because yeah, this is really interesting. What's even more interesting is sometimes I feel like there we go, if the target switched there. Sometimes I feel like, well, flaps in, let's get going. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like the satellite generation like this looks way better than the handcrafted stuff like that. You know? This is detailed correctly, but it's kind of cartoonish, where this is more photorealistic. Alrighty, so we checked out all of that, so now we're going to head east across the bay and see if we can get to the other POIs on the other side. If it takes too long, we'll start out at a new airport over there, but and then we'll get credit for any landings. So, well, the landing credit's ridiculous anyway. Actually, no, can't wait a second. I'm going to need the VFR map for this, because it's not really east. Hang on, let me pull up the map. Where are we headed now? Yeah, we're headed way over here. So we need to go along that road, which doesn't show up. It's underwater, according to this. Maybe it is underwater in real life. I actually don't know. No, isn't it the bridge that goes from here to here to here? Well, there's the airport. I don't know. We'll just aim for the airport and use that as our dead reckoning, I guess. But anyway, just looking back at the city. How gorgeous. And I sit here trying to figure out how I'm going to edit my speech for this video, because I am really not with it today, am I? Anyway, you get to see the final product, however it turned out. Let's bring back props a little bit there. And flaps are up. So, alright, let's just head across the bay and I'll see you when those POIs pop in for viewing. Alright, it is now the next day in real life. We had some real life stuff to tend to as I was flying over the bay, so I had to hang it up for that time, that day, whatever day that was, and now we're back to finish our sightseeing of Hong Kong. We're just going to get this started very quickly here. Again, that's already open, but we have to redo it anyway. Seems like that's to idle. And prop speed to max. And a few things I forgot last time, since I didn't have a checklist, is I forgot to put the choke back in, and I forgot to turn the fuel pump off. So those are some things that need to get onto a checklist, and then I will remember them, hopefully. Water pressure check, yeah, and all this stuff. And I also forgot to look up ACO, whatever that means. Alright, and that's ready to go for us. Alright, let's put the choke back in. There you go. And this was carb heat, I think I determined right. Cabin heat. Carb heat is where? I don't think this has carb heat. If it does, I don't remember. Who knows? Alrighty, so that's that. I also forgot to do the clock last time too. Alright, so there we go. Let's hop outside, get first set of flaps down. Wind is coming from 270 degrees, so we'll use runway 29, I believe it said when I looked. Let's see, is it really runway 29? It is. Let's announce taxi. And let's take out the drone and see where that actually is. Right there. Turn left. Good. Alright. Alright, release that parking brake and let's head out of here. Did I put flaps down? Yeah, I did. Okay, one set of flaps. Whoa, that truck's went back and forth very quickly. And, ooh, wait. Dude, these two people flew yesterday, too. Whoa, it's the same time of day as yesterday, but it's tomorrow. Makes sense. Wow, I wonder if they do this regularly, like they just come out here and fly every morning, because that is crazy weird. Alrighty, let's get going here. Let's start our timer now, because we're pretty much on the runway. We're just going to turn and take off, because the threshold is a parking lot. We have to make note of that because I'm hoping to land here. Alrighty. The weather's different today though. It was 12 knots coming from 9 degrees. Today it's 9 knots coming from 270 degrees. So the weather's different. Or maybe just a different side of the bay, I don't know. But those guys yesterday were on the other side of the bay. Today they're on this side of the bay. It's like they're doing the same thing I'm doing. How crazy is that? That's awesome. They're probably like, today I have time to do these POIs. And then today, they have time to do these POIs. That is awesome. Alright, step on the brakes, let's stop the wheels, let's fix gears so it's going to stay down, and flaps are coming up. And we can start climbing. Let's reset our barometer. I forgot to do that, and reset our compass. That's already set. Alright, so we're heading kind of westish, because it's, 290 degrees. We need to go due south. Our POIs are due south of us. Are they in there yet? Not quite in there yet. Again, POIs will pop in between 3 to 7 nautical miles. Alright, so we are going to check out, we're going to get a little bit altitude so we can check out these buildings a little bit here though, and then we'll head to the south. Actually, we can't even head south anyway right now, not with that terrain. Although as the POIs I thought were only like 3 miles away. It could be wrong. Alrighty, so we're going to head downtown and then go through the mountains. And I'm just going to kind of go where they're going, because they must be doing the same thing I'm doing. Alright, here we go. Yeah, see, the other airport was over there? I think, yeah, that's where we were yesterday. Well, real life yesterday. It was way over there. You can see why I had to hang it up. It just was taking too long to get across, and then my family needed me anyway. But look how amazing that looks. Wow, look at all those apartment buildings stacked together. I always wanted to live, not now, but there's a point in my life when I wanted to live like that. Let's hop outside. Let's see here, where you would be like in a high rise in a super urban high density area. I wanted to live in a place just like this, like on like the 50th floor, 40th floor, among tall buildings that were all apartments. I don't know why. Something I always wanted to do. I don't feel that way anymore. That was back in my 20s. In my 40s now, I wouldn't. Oh my gosh, no. It'll always be houses for me. Yeah, even if it's like small houses, big houses. I like small houses with small yards. That's where we live right now. Small house with a small yard. Oh, look at that gorgeous scenery. Look at that. Look at all the buildings down there. I wish I could take out the drone though, so I could pan up and down, or tilt up and down. But if you do the drone without autopilot, then the airplane nosedives. So you can't Alrighty, we're heading due south, aren't we? Yeah, pretty much south. So the POI should be around here somewhere. Oh, maybe they're over there. Yeah, I bet they're over there. See how it looks kind of cartoonish? Because there's 8 of them, 11 of them over there. So there's a lot. I was thinking they were here, but nope. Okay, well, we're high. Well, should we check that out? Well, for the interest of time, I don't know if we have time to fly down there. If anybody is watching me from Hong Kong or they want me to go back and do different areas of Hong Kong, let me know and I will. It's just this area is so huge we can't cover it all in one sitting without some sense of direction. And today's sense of direction are the POIs of the area, which must be over there because they were due south of the airport, and the airport already is over here. And due south then, and a little bit east would put us right over there. Not sure why the markers aren't popping in though. They must be farther than 5 nautical miles away. Yeah, there's some bridges out there. Yeah, this must be it. Because I could mentioned, well, same video but yesterday, I guess. This autogen stuff based on satellite imagery and data to me looks more realistic than the hand-built point of interest. But that's just me. Don't have to agree with me. But it's quite a stark contrast there. You've got, I'm trying to fly from the outside. I know there's a mountain in front of me. You have the, there we go. Yikes. You have the photorealistic looking stuff there. And then you have like X-Plane 9 looking stuff up here. Sorry. But that's how I can tell where I'm going. Alrighty. We're going to wait for these markers to pop in. And I'm going to shut up until then. Now they're popping in, but first I want to point out back here this highway interchange system, and then if I pull up you can see how it goes into the mountain. That is so freaking cool. Let me get a screenshot of that. There we go. That is awesome. That's awesome too. Man, I have like 75 screenshots of this flight. Alright, here we go. Now they're coming in. Okay, so let's manage our engines here. Our props are way too high. I must have bumped it. Let's slow down so we can get a little bit lower. And whatever pops in first, that is what we'll do first because it's closest. Like I said, I think there's 7 or 8 over here. So there's quite a few. And I still haven't figured out how you get credit if they're all close together. So we just kind of swing around and around and keep hitting that smart cam button. And I have to do a better job about checking the percentage of the achievement before I start the flights. Although, I assure you, we're not chasing the POI achievement. We're getting credit for it, but I just wanted to look around Hong Kong. I have a whole bunch of cities. I've got like 15 cities I want to do VFR flights. That being said, we're holding off on the United States until next month's update. That's going to be the big United States update, and I don't want to even look at it until it's been high resolution and all that stuff. So we're going to go around the world, look at more of these buildings. Oh man, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have loved to like live like right there. Or like right there. Where you just stare at other buildings in every direction around you. I just always thought that'd be so cool. I don't know where I get that from. I've never been in that situation. Although I did stay in a hotel in Chicago once. Where I had a corner balcony. I was there for an executive whatever. That's why I got like the best whatever. I got a really nice room. And let's see where we headed first. We're headed here first. And I was surrounded on 2 sides by like apartments or condos. that had like floor to ceiling glass windows. No one has curtains. Like, it's almost like their open floor plan living space is like a show space too, kind of thing. So it was like all open. Like you could see everybody, everything they were doing. And then the other side was a hotel. Again, no one had their curtains closed. You could just see stuff. It just was so cool, like just to see people, but you didn't have to be with people, because I don't like being around a lot of people, if you haven't figured that out. It was just super, super cool. And I always wanted to live in a situation like that, but never happened. Now, 20 some years later, no interest at all. Alright, so we're going to get smart cam for that one, hopefully. See how cartoonish these look when they're in detail? See what I mean? It like looks better. Uh-oh, my smart cam was stuck. It looks better, it seems like, when it's not handmade. Like, look at all this auto-gen stuff. Look how much nicer that looks. Oh, well, that's okay. Alright, let's swing around and catch this one. And then we'll catch those other ones. What do our engines say here? Okay, we don't want to climb too much. We don't want to sink either. Let's see. Let's go like this to 10987. Let's catch this one. That's cool looking. Kind of shiny, reflective. There we go. That was longer than 3 seconds. Alright, let's see. Let's get a little bit of altitude. And keep an eye on our attitude indicator. Get it? Altitude, attitude, two different things. People mistype them, so then they say them wrong. There are some things around here. Oh my gosh, I might have to take my wife up on that track IR, because it'd be so nice just to look around. Then you just have a reset button instead of presets. Alright, let's do this international finance thing. And again, these things are taken to the ground, I think. So if you fly above them, if the building's tall enough, you might not get close enough, right? Alright, so we're just going to fly like this. Are we climbing? Yeah, we're climbing. Nice and slowly. I probably should have flaps out, but we're not going to. Alright, here we go. Getting nice and close. And here we go. 87654321987. I think I skipped a number. That's okay. Look how dense that city is, though. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, we're gonna catch some of these. Oh boy, we better get some altitude here. Also, because there's a big mountain. Yeah, these things are hard to catch. Hard to do it in a strategic way. Making it kind of difficult. But here we go. We're gonna fly right over this one while we have full throttle. So we can climb. Alright, what do we got? We'll catch that one, then we'll come back. Oh, I don't know where we're at. Uh-oh, reset. What does it say? There we go, 2654. We're not going to see it because it's under us. But that's okay. Alright. Good. We're going to catch this one. And come back. There's like 2 or 3 there. There's some over there. This is fun, I think. I think it's fun. We'll see. Alright, let's see. We're going to have to hop outside for this one. Are we still climbing? Yep, and the wind is really blowing us everywhere. Oh my goodness. What do we got? Are we going to be able to get close enough to this one? We're so high off the ground. What does that say? I can't see it. 2 something, so let's hit the button and hope for the best. And that's more than 3 seconds. There we go. Alright. Now, there was one over here. And then there's some more back here. Let's catch these first. Where are they? Those 2, I think. And then we did those 2. And then there's some other ones. So let's slow back down again. Hoofda, a lot of work. Mainly because you got to be careful so you don't hit stuff. And then you got to make sure you don't nosedive while you're looking around. That's a cool shot though. But you can see how more cartoonish these look. See how they stick out like a sore thumb. Alright, so how are we going to get this one? Let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Throttle's back. Alright, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, something. There we go. And now it's going to move over to this one, I guess, automatically. Where are we? We should be right above it. Yeah, we're right above it. There we go. Okay, hopefully we're close enough. Now let's move into another target. See how it's hooking? Okay, let's Jeez, this is a lot of work. A lot more work than it looks like on camera and edited down. Let me tell you. We're gonna swing out, turn around, and then catch that plaza, and then catch that other one far away. While we enjoy the sunset. Is this a sunset? I think I said it's a sunset. Yeah, west sets in the west. Yep, sunset. That's cool. We can see that now at the bottom. It's all so tall we can't even see the whole thing at once. That's crazy. Alrighty, let's spin around and check out that plaza. So what are we're 460 feet above the ground because that's also sea level. And it says we're close to this building, but there's no way that building is 460 feet high. It's just not possible. But whatever. Alright, here we go. Let's go like this. We can see it out the side. That's the plan anyways, to see it out the side. We're gonna try. There's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. There's 27. Reset that. Looking good. Now we can see more of everything. Good. Alrighty. How we doing? How we doing? Let's climb. Actually, let's take the water away. And I'm going to leave you with a minute of not my voice, so you can enjoy some sights. I'll catch you in a second. Alright, so we did 7, and this is our 8th and final POI for the area, and then we'll just fly around and have a look, because this is really exhausting, to be honest. It really is. To like stay realistic, maneuvering of the aircraft, the crazy winds we're having, trying not to hit anything. It is really exhausting to do this, but it's fun. It's fun. Alright, here we go. Let's get within 0.27. We're in the 5s. We're in the 4s, and we're just going to have to guess because I don't think we're going to actually see it. So let's hop over here and hit the button right about now. Whoa, why is it hooking to those? Hook to this one, please. It's still hooking to those. I mean, we're not going to get credit. There, it hooked. I think. I don't know. Can't even tell sometimes. Wow, look at that. See? I used to want to live in a situation exactly like that for most of my life until recently. I guess having, whoa, that's the video highlight right there. That's the video highlight right there. But can you imagine living in like the 32nd floor of a high rise? Or like this in front of us, like the 55th floor of a high rise, your apartment, and you look out your window every morning and you look into the side of a mountain that's still higher than you are? Can you imagine how amazing that would be? Wow. Wow. But having 2 children and a wife who likes a big yard and is someone who loves doing yard work, it's not for me now, but oh my goodness. Wow, this is amazing. Look at that. Alrighty, so let's get some altitude here and we'll head back in a moment to our original airport. But I do want to have a look-see and enjoy this without being freaked out about running into stuff. So let's see. Let's look at our map and see where in the world we even are. Okay, so we are right. Let's see if I can just at the same time. Where are we? We're right here. Our airport is directly in front of us. So that's where we need to go. But we're really close to it, so let's have a look around and then we'll come back. I'm not ready to hang this up yet. So let's have a look-see around without my voice, and I'll catch you in a little bit here. Alright, we flew through town again. I love how there's islands, water, and then this huge city, and then mountains, and then water. Like, it's all packed into this bay. It's enormous, but it's packed in. I also turned off the POI markers for this. But they still stand out like a sore thumb. See, it's all nice looking here and then. Cartoon! But that's okay. Beggars can't be choosers, right? Beggars can't be choosers. Alright, so let's see. It's time to head back. I think we just turned around. We should be able to find the airport pretty easily. Let's see. It is right over these mountains here. And, yeah. Right through that valley there. So we're just going to fly direct because of interest of time. And we should be able to see the airport lights right there. Oh boy. Like something was on when there we go. Let's see. Things. ACO, gotta look that up. Fuel pump I should have turned off. Turn it back on before we land. I'm totally gonna forget. So I need my checklist so I remember all this stuff. Anyway, so we're gonna keep looking around. And I'll see you when it's time to land this plane. Alright, it's time to notch our position, but we're so close to these mountains that the drafts are just knocking us all over the place, and we're gonna have icing pretty soon if we're not careful. So let's come down. So remember, in the simulator, if you have icing and you leave icing conditions, it still stays iced up. It's a bug that the developer is aware of. Let's slow down a little bit here so we start coming down. Let's tune in traffic and see what it says. See if it tells us where we actually are. Alright, the nearest list. And set calm, that's what we want. Select the runway for landing, which we want 29 again. There should be a fly straight in from here. Announce full stop landing. Announce position.
Victor Hotel Sierra Kilo Traffic Turtle Swap Tango Sierra 4105, 6 miles east, 2,700 feet inbound to land runway 29er.
Alright, so what I like is, you know, all the buildings behind us, and then it was mountains, and then this huge valley that we're over spills out to here, and then mountains, and then more urbanized area, then mountains, and then more urbanized area, then mountains. I think that is so cool. Alright, I believe I have the runway in sight right here. Why is if you move the mouse when I was hovering over something, weird stuff happens, so let's just go like that. There we go. I believe that's the runway right there. I'm not totally sure, but I think that's it. So let's get in this valley. Let's mind our altitude. We're at 2,200 feet. That's probably a bit high. And then the winds might mess with us a little bit. Otherwise, everything else is fine. Speed is okay for now. We might have to circle around to fit in there. Come over this cliff here, this ridge, and then dive down and circle around. Maybe. We will see. I don't know the area. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. And yes, when I fly at home, I do wear pants. Sometimes. Alright, we're going to follow that highway. That's right below us. And yeah, there's a runway right there. And it is really close. So props forward, throttles back. And there's that weird mouse thing again. Fuel pump on, I remembered. And we're going to pitch up to bleed off a bunch of speed. And we'll start our descent. And then we'll get flaps out, gears already down. Let's get as close to this mountain as we safely can. Look how we're like encased in this mountain range. This is so amazing. Wow. Alrighty. We got to come down somehow. I guess we're just going to slip it. We'll straighten out here and then we'll slip it. We'll have a little bit of crosswind from the left if it's modeled correctly because the wind was 270 and we're facing 290. And then we're going to slip this in. Here we go. Slip it in. Slippy, slippy. Which means right wing down left rudder. It's going to speed us up, but it's also going to descend us very, very quickly. See our descent rate? And that's without pointing the nose down. That's pretty much level flight. Like a slip it in. Slip it, slip it, slip it. Slippy, slippy, slippy. Slippy, slippy. Slip it in. Oh my gosh, I've never done it like that before. There we go. Let go of the rudder. We're way too fast. We might have to do a go around. Yeah, we have to do a go around. There's just no way. And let's go around.
Victor Hotel Sierra Kilo traffic turtle.
We don't have to come out much though.
4105 going around.
We're just going to keep our speed about like this. And we're first set of flaps. We're going to keep it that way. Let's keep our speed about 80. I think that says with my tired old eyes. I think that says 80. So now we're at 70. I can't see. Okay, we're at 70. Alrighty, let's keep some altitude though. We'll go over the end of the runway and then we'll make a U-turn, kind of do a left traffic pattern basically. Well, not basically, that's what we're going to do, is a left traffic pattern. Alright, throttle, so we stop descending. Let's announce our crosswind leg, which will be to the left.
Hotel Sierra Kilo traffic turtle Sub Tango Sierra 4105 is on crosswind runway 29er.
Alright, let's keep our speed going here. And as soon as we get on the crosswind, we're going to be doing downwind, just like this.
Victor Hotel Sierra Kilo traffic turtle Sub Tango Sierra 4105 is on downwind runway 29er.
I know we're making kind of an oval, but that's just what we're doing. We know when we're parallel to the runway because the 29 will be to the bottom. Why? What am I hovering over that is causing my mouse to do that? So we're not quite on a parallel track yet. I'm just going to give us a big berth here. And that would be our downwind. See, here's the problem. We're not going to be able to do a nice base because of this. We're going to have to do this weird oblong looking thing. So we're going to announce base in a minute. But it's going to be a really weird base. Alright, so let's announce our base, even though it's a weird base. But, well, we're going to pay attention what I'm doing. My kid is texting me. It seems like my family needs me most right when I'm trying to land an airplane. Isn't that hilarious how that works out? Alright, so the reason why I named this as a base was because we're getting closer to the runway. So now, we're going to announce the final in a second, even though we're not quite turned around, just because it's going to be a very, very short final, and I have a lot to worry about. So let's announce final, then we'll be done with the radios. And, let's just get our speed down. Second set of flaps on the rudder pedals. We should have a slight left crosswind, like I said before, because wind is coming from 270 and we're facing 290. So let's slow this thing down. So like I've said, I've been bouncing every diamond aircraft. We're going to take the tail draggers out of the equation for a second, and that means I've had like over 150 landings that are just fine, except these diamond aircraft. So we're going to come down and we're going to try to figure out what the heck is going on here. So flaps are fully down. Let's not clip that shed. Okay, so here we go. We're going to let it bleed off speed. We're going to let the ground effects take over, which is right there. There's a ground effect. Bleeding off speed. Our vertical speed is very low. There we go. It's at 0 almost. We're about stalled. There's 100. There's boom. See, we bounced. Now in that case, our vertical speed was about 120 or so. Just over 100. So that could have been why it bounced. But in other aircraft, little GA aircraft, you can hit the ground at 300 feet per minute and it still doesn't bounce. So I don't know what it is with the diamond stuff. That being said, you watch YouTube videos of GA, they bounce like all the time. I mean, some of your main real life YouTubers don't bounce, but most of them do. The Baron guy bounces a lot, so I mean, they just bounce maybe? I don't know. Let's stop the clock. The stupid mouse thing again. Come here, mouse thing. There we go. So it's just kind of bugging me that I can't land any of the diamond without bouncing, but I can land all the others. I don't know. going to stop talking about it now. Let's turn the fuel pump off and let's land this airplane, or land it. Let's park the airplane. Although I have no idea where we're going. Let's see, what are options here? It's just clear of runway when we get there. So let's stop right up here and block. Oh wait, there's GA up there, I think. Is that GA up there? Even if it's not, that's where we're going to park. So we're just going to ride this out. Looking good. Holy cow. I love this airplane though. I just bounce it. Whatever. Alright. Yeah, that's GA. Let's go over there. Oh, Secret Service is here again. See, we're so special that we get Secret Service treatment. Question is, how do we get off of the runway? Is that pavement up there? Yeah, that should be pavement right there, I think. Looks like it. Yep. Good. Alrighty. Let's see here. Slowing down, and then we should get our clear of runway announcement here. There we go. That's one. And we got it through here without hitting the wings.
Is clear of the runway.
There. And I did turn crash detection off just because the scenario is exactly like this. Not because I'm not that I think I'm a bad pilot and I'm going to run into buildings, but just because of this weird stuff like taxiing around. I've crashed, the sim is like said, you crashed so many times from like taxiing around that it got really annoying. Is this our guy waiting for us? Sometimes we get a guy, sometimes we don't. Oh my gosh, the dang mouse. Alright, let's see. The Secret Service might be in the way though. Oh no, there he is. Good. Nice. That is our guy. That is our guy. Okay, so again, have to get around this vehicle. There he is. Slow down a little bit. Since I don't have peripheral vision, I gotta move my view around. There, he's in view. There we go. He's telling us to go that way. Let's slow down. Now he's saying go left. Sorry, buddy. The brakes are very touchy in this. He wants left and straight. Slow down and stop, he says. And hold it there. Parking brake set. Alright, let's shut this thing down. Let's be props, I think. Let's bring back my fuel thing, which doesn't do any good. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's see, what else are we doing? Turn that off, that off, whatever that is. And there's one more realism thing. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, we can turn that thing off. I think, right? There's that emergency only. Close, open, nope. Good. Alright, let's take out the drone with my new controls and let's fly around and talk about this. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. I did over a couple days, so hopefully it ended up smooth in editing and everything. Because, oh, hang on, I gotta speed up my controls here. There we go. Hopefully it was smooth in editing. That was a tough editing job. But anyway, VFR around Hong Kong, just gorgeous and fun. And had a nice, fun approach. And I love these aircraft like this. So I do have a list I'm keeping of all the aircraft I try and the ones I love, the ones I meh, and the ones I hate. And this one I love. This is going on my love list for sure. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment so we can play the YouTube algorithm game. Leave a flight idea of your choosing in the comment section below. And anything else you want to say. And that's it. I'll see you next time.